the subjects, it turns out, to being an astronaut are very important. Language skills, I spoke Russian in the capsule coming up and down, and without a good fundamental knowledge of English and language structure and that sort of thing, you're not really prepared to go out and do that. So the liberal arts are also just very important to a lot of the things we do, and of course communication and stuff is a big part of what I do now. But like I said, at that time I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just thinking about taking a lot of math and science and physics and the things I enjoyed. And then when I went on to Notre Dame, I studied engineering because it's just what I loved, and I wanted to be a pilot, and I wanted to understand exactly how the airplane works before I went to fly them and enjoy that part of the career field too. So I just prepared myself by taking the classes I liked, worried more about the learning, I think, than the grades. Just learn as much as you can for those students out there.
Well, we have another question. Essentially, you answered a little bit. You do speak Russian, but we were wondering what it's like to be in space with fellow astronauts from other nations, in this case Russia and Japan. And is there a language barrier, a cultural barrier? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, there's not as much as you'd think. Obviously, different kinds of foods, different kinds of traditions, but we enjoy learning about each other's traditions. The cosmonauts on board, when I celebrated Thanksgiving up here, there were just 3 of us, me and my 2 Russian cosmonaut crewmates, Oleg and Yevgeny, who I flew up on the Soyuz with. And they came down and enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner with me and asked a lot of questions about it, and I do the same thing. The Japanese astronaut is gone now. I was here with Akio Hide for a bit, and he speaks great English. The cosmonauts speak very, very well in English as well, and we have to learn some Russian because in the spacecraft, the Soyuz spacecraft itself, we do speak Russian. The ground controllers are speaking to us in Russian, and that's just the language of operations. All the books are written that way. So we have to study those, and frankly, to get through that language barrier, you just need a lot of study time, thousands of hours of time I've spent studying Russian over the last 10 years, to prepare for the flight. But it's all something, given the amount of, given some time that you can get to, and we speak a little bit of what we call Russlish. They'll speak usually English to me to try their English, and I'll see if I understand that. And when I have a question for them or I go to them with a request, I try to do it in Russian. And that's just it's a good operational technique, and we sometimes use both languages to make sure we get the point across.
Well, Commander, we have a couple of special guests here with us who each are going to ask you a question. It's Joel and Kelly Neff from from Indiana. I think you know the family from Montpelier. Joel is going to give the first question, and here he is.
What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how do you eat in space?
Well, that's a great question, Joel, and welcome aboard the space station. It's great to have you here. We have a food lab in Houston and in Russia and in Europe that prepares food for us to eat, and they prepackage it. I do have some handy here that I can show you. So for breakfast, I'm kind of a boring guy. I kind of eat almost the same thing every morning. But one of the things I have is scrambled eggs, and they come dried, and they just have to be rehydrated. I hope you can see that. This says seasoned scrambled eggs on it. At the top there is a little place where we can inject a needle and inject 100 milliliters of hot water in here, and you give it 15 minutes, and you let the seasoning mix in, and you have yourself some scrambled eggs. And then I always grab some fruit also. This happens to be apples with spice, and it's already packaged as hydrated, and you just clip the package open, and you can eat the apples right out of it. So we sometimes get some food in cans too. Here's food from the European Space Agency, and it's packaged in a can, and it's just got a pull ring there, just a little pop top, so that we can just open it up and eat out of the can, and then we just throw the remnants away. So I'll go get that in a little bit. And then to drink, I usually have a little coffee for breakfast or some orange juice or maybe a breakfast drink or something. And it comes in just a little foil pouch with a mix inside, and then we inject water again into the top just like we would those eggs, and then we just put a straw in here that has a clip so that I can just let a little squeeze out. You can see a little juice coming out the top of the straw there. I'll squeeze a little out and have that for you. There we go, not too big a mess.
What is the first thing you're looking forward to doing when you get home?
The first thing I'm looking forward to doing is taking a shower, because I haven't had a shower in 107 days. But the second thing I'm looking forward to doing is really just getting some relaxation. The pace up here is pretty intense. We work a lot because it's expensive to get us up here. So even on weekends, we end up doing a lot of work. So I'm looking forward to just having a little time off. I'll have some time to do some rehabilitation. It'll be very difficult for me to work at first. To do anything really that involves muscles because of the gravity effect. It's just a really strange, heavy feeling when you get home. You're used to no gravity. Even holding your head up in space is effortless. So your neck muscles kind of get lazy. So just moving around. So I'll have to do a lot of rehabilitation and get used to the environment again. And then after that, start to go out and really enjoy some things. Of course, I'm looking forward to some of the foods you can't have up here. We don't have pizza. We don't have ice cream very often. We had a little bit when I first got here. And also spending time outside. I'm in an environment here that has all walls with equipment on all sides. We can use any of them as racks in science. We have science on the floor, science on the ceiling, and all walls. And so it's just a busy environment. So I'm looking forward to getting back out in nature again. That's what I'm really looking forward to most, besides family and friends, of course. So thanks for the question, Kelly.
Commander Ford, this is State Senator Tim Lanane, and I have another question for you. And it is, how important is it that the U.S. continue the manned space flight and exploration of space?
Well, I think it's very important that somebody continue it, of course, and I'd like to think that somebody will be the United States. We've always been a leader in space. We, frankly, are a country who is very blessed with a lot of assets and a lot of really great technical and technological skill sets, things that we can really contribute, I think, to the human race. And so it's almost, in my opinion, our obligation to do it, but I think we really ought to want to participate in it as well. It's absolutely true that space is the final frontier. That's where we're heading. Someday, a lot of people are going to know how to operate out here and live off the planet, and I think it's important that the United States participate in it. It's really a small part of what we do with our money is to explore. But I think the exploration is absolutely critical. We do it at home in our families. We spend time traveling and going out and seeing things. And I think as a race, we should go out and see what's out here, too. Learn how to live out here. And trust me, there is a lot of stuff. Since I've arrived on the space station, I've just had my eyes watered in terms of what this science up here is all about and what it looks like on board. So I'm looking forward to coming home and sharing that with you, and I'm just a real believer, even more so than I was 107 days ago when I first left the planet.
Commander, this is Senator Long again. Senator Lanane had a couple more questions, but we're running out of time. I want to reconvene the Senate at this time. We have a special thing for you from us, which we will all sign and give to you when you're back on Earth with us. The Senate is reconvened. There is a special Senate resolution, Commander, recognizing your tremendous life so far, all the wonderful things you've done as an Air Force pilot, highly decorated. I won't go into all the awards. The fact that you earned a Ph.D. in astronautical engineering while in the Air Force, the fact that you've had so many wonderful achievements in your life. At this time, without going into the details, I'm going to ask the Senate to join me in endorsing this resolution on behalf of Commander Kevin Ford. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The resolution is passed. Commander, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been quite an honor.